Good morning, grade 7. We will now have our fourth quarter. This is the last quarter for um, this school year. And by the way, we are done with your grades. We already finalized your grade. And hopefully, a lot of you will be included um, in the set of achievers. Okay, already forwarded also the grades to your advisor. Anyway, let's move forward to the fourth quarter. This is the fourth quarter, considered as the last quarter for this school year. Weeks 1 to 4, this is the first module for weeks 1 to 4, entitled MS Excel Basic Functions and Formulas. So by this time, we'll be using the formula of on the basic functions of MS Excel. Okay. Again, just to give you a heads up, we will actually make a project out of this topic. We will make a project for this school year. This is actually your output for this school year. Hopefully, we can actually generate one. Okay. What I want you to actually formulate is a learning resource. What do you mean by learning resource? Sure. A learning resource is anything that explains the concept. Okay. Our concept is the basic functions and formulas of MS Excel. So later on, in the middle and in the end of this presentation, I will be introducing your project for this school year. Okay. Let's discuss MS Excel basic functions and formulas. Basics of Excel functions. Okay. Using functions is the core of MS Excel. This is actually one of the major function of Excel. Okay. If you're going to use the word function only for Excel, you are not maximizing MS Excel actually. It simplifies complex calculations with the use of functions, which can accept arguments and process the output with pre-coded calculations. Like for example, entering the formula sum, okay, A1 to A10, okay, from cell A1 to cell A10. So this is the column for A1 to A10. In the cell, this means that values of cells from A1, okay, cell A1 to cell A10 will be added because it is sum. The function is sum, is to add up. Okay, that's one example. Math functions. There are hundreds of functions available in Excel. More than if you're going to use the MS Excel 2021. The screenshot below uses the basic math functions such as summary or sum or addition, averaging or average, maximum or the maximum number in that certain point, minimum or the minimum number for that certain category, and the count. Okay. Okay, this is now the average, okay, total per month. So this is the summary of B4. This is cell B. Remember the cell B and 4, okay, to cell B7. Total or the addition or the total or the summary of these numbers. Average per month. So sure, how can we gather the average? So if you're going to check on this, B4 to B7, okay, how can we get the average? Total divided by the number of the total numbers or total number of categories. That's the average. Okay, maximum B4 to B7, what is the maximum number, okay, of these? So it will actually automatically choose the biggest number because this is the maximum. Okay, lowest sales or the minimum. So if you're going to choose B4 to B7, you are now choosing the least number. That's the function. Okay. How about count? Okay. Count will actually choose or gather only those with numbers. It will count the cell with numbers. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3. The count here is 3. Okay. Isn't it applicable? Isn't it very useful to us? The answer is yes. It will actually make our work very easy with these functions. These are just basics, right? Average gives the average or mean of the selected range of cells. Max or maximum checks all cells, shows the highest among the range, while the minimum determines the lowest among the range. Count determines how many cells among the range has numbers. Okay. When formulas are entered in a cell, they do not need to be typed again. And they're also needed in other ranges. Simply copy the cell with the formula and paste it in the cells where function is also needed. Okay. Like for example, in this case, okay, all you have to do is highlight, and there you go. Okay. Or copy, okay, copy the formula and paste it on the next cell if you want to use that formula. It will automatically generate by its own. The formula will automatically adjust the ranges. Okay. For example, in the screenshot above or here, okay, the formula in cell B9, okay, cell B9, this one, was entered in the range of B4 and B7. B4 to B7, this one. When the formula was copied on the cell D9, so it is now not applicable for B4 and B7 because it is now in B9. Okay. The arguments of sum were changed to D4 to D7 because that is the range. D4 to D7. Okay. As you can see, it automatically adjusted by its own. Okay. Because it is not actually in the range of B9. Okay. So what does it mean? We copied actually the formula of B9 and pasted it in D9. But then again, D9, okay, don't have the range of B4 to B7. It should be D4 to D7. So automatically, it is actually changed by its own to D4 to D7. Okay. Relative referencing and field handle. This feature of MS Excel allows one formula to be entered and the user can simply copy the cell to other cells and the range will will adjust based on that destination cell's position. This feature is called relative referencing. What we had done a while ago is considered as the relative referencing. Okay. This feature also happens when the cell formulas are copied in different ways on other cells. The formula is on a cell. That cell can be dragged on other adjacent cells by clicking on the field handle, okay, and holding it while dragging the mouse. Okay, the cell can be dragged in any direction, left, right, or top to bottom. Okay, this one. So this is the field handle. We just drag it over and automatically it actually what? Copies the formula and even relative referencing. Are you still with me?
Yes.
Okay. I will try to find my project when I was still in high school using Excel file. So it is quite a simple project. Why? You just need to enter or answer some questions and it will automatically generate something like in your behavior. This is actually for behavioral purpose, I think. I will try to look for it and I will let you see so that you will find also ideas on how to create your project based on this. Okay. The file handle is a square, okay, a square dot found on the lower part of the active cell's outline. This one, okay. This is really important because again, when you drag this one, you can actually copy directly the formula, not the content, but the formula of that certain cell. When the fill handle is supposed to be dragged down, it can be double click instead. This action will fill the cells directly below the active cell, but will stop when there is a blank row. Okay. Relative referencing is also applied when the fill handle is double click. How about absolute referencing? When you say absolute referencing, you will copy the entire content of that certain cell. That's absolute referencing. The relative reference feature of MS Excel may not be needed at all time. For example, in the screenshot below, this one, okay, the formula C plus 4 or C4 plus F2 is entered in cell D4. C4 plus, okay, where's C4? This is C4, okay, plus F2. Okay, where's F2? This one, F2. Okay, this is constant, correct? When you say constant, it is not actually changed. It should not be changed. Okay, so we need, if you're going to look at the relative referencing, what will happen is if you're going to drag this over, okay, it will just copy, like for example, this is equal to C4 plus F2. So this, if you're gonna drag it down, it will become C5, okay, plus F3, because it is relative referencing if in case you drag it down. But on the other hand, we need a constant number here. So how can we do this one? By absolute referencing. So how can we do absolute referencing? Using name ranges. Other ways to create absolute referencing by naming cells. Okay, we need to name cells. To do this, place the cursor on the cells that needed to be absolute. Then, on the name box, found the upper left portion of the Excel screen, remove the cell address, then type the new name. In the screenshot below, the cell F2 has been clicked and named additional fund has been entered in the name box. Okay, as you can see here, F2, this one, this one, it was actually named additional fund here. Okay, so what happened is we just add, okay, when the cell has been given a name, the name can be used in the formulas. The formula Q4 plus additional fund can now be used and copied on other cells without the need to put $sign on the formula. So sometimes when you do absolute referencing, we usually use dollar formula from the side, from the left, and from the right end of the formula. But then again, because of naming the cell, instead of F2, we name it additional fund. So what happened is we just input C4, okay, this one, plus additional fund, drag it down, and there you go. That's absolute referencing. Entire ranges can also be highlighted to be named. In the example below, the name range local sources is used to sum functions of range local sources refers to cell C2 to C7, this one. Okay. We name this as local sources. So all we have to do is to sum, again, the name of these local sources. Automatically, it will give us a summary of those local sources. Basic text functions. Again, MS Excel is not just for formula. It has also basic what? Text functions. Okay. Does not process only numbers. It can also process text. Yes. In the screenshot below, the proper function is used to convert names typed in proper or in capital letters or in all capital letters. A proper case wherein the first letter of each name are capitalized because it is proper function. Like for example, this one. Okay. We actually input, okay, all capital letters here. Okay. But with the proper function, okay, proper A2, this one, A2, it become now what? A proper noun. So it starts with a capital letter, just like this one, Chrysostomo delphine, okay? C, because this is a proper noun, this is a family name, and this is the first name. So letter D and letter C are capitalized here using the proper function. It actually what? You are now giving the MS Excel an idea to create a proper noun on the context. Okay? The proper function is related to upper and lower functions. Okay? Which turns text into all caps and lowercase respectively. Like for example, the proper function puts into uppercase the first letter in each word in the cell. So if you're going to use the upper and the lower function, it will actually what? Converts your text into uppercase and lowercase. All capital letters and all small letters, just like this one. Okay? All lowercase, it will convert the text into all lowercase or all small letters. Okay? All uppercase will convert, okay? The upper, they will convert all the text into what? All capital letters, uppercase. Okay? Did you get now the point? By this time,
Yes.
hopefully you can actually think about what your project would look like, because these are the contents of your project. Okay? Base your project on the lessons that we are actually doing right now. Okay? This is for the fourth quarter. Don't worry. I will give you I will give you much time to do this. Okay? I will just give you some supplements of some examples of this. All right? Text functions can also extract parts of cell values. For example, column A below needs to get the 4, okay? The last 4 digits of the student ID, which corresponds to the year the student started. The left function can accomplish this, requires 2 arguments. The first argument is the cell where the number or text, or where the number or text is, and the second argument is the number of characters it needs to extract. So this is now extracting. Okay. So in this case, year started. Okay. The year started is in the left side. Okay. A2. This is A2. Left side. And the number of digits. The left here signifies where should we get the 4 digits from that particular cell A2. Okay, did you get the point? Like in
Yes.
this, we need to get the year started. So the year started is in the left side. Okay, 4 digit from the left. Okay, 4 digit from the left. And the cell. Okay, where can we extract the 4 digit? So if you're going to enter this one, automatically it will extract the 4 digit from the left. Okay. The formula left A2 4, meaning to say left from the left of A2, 4 digits, means that the 4 characters from the left will be extracted from cell A2. Isn't it great? Isn't it advantageous in our part? Meanwhile, relative left function is the right function which has the same set of arrangement arguments, but instead it extracts from the right. Okay, the right functions extracts digits from the right. So if you're going to look at this one, the student code. Okay, we need to extract the 5 digits of the student code. Okay, the student code is in the right side of the cell. Okay, and again, we need to get 5 digits. So A2, right? A2, and of course, 5 digits. So if you're going to enter this one, automatically it will extract the 5 digits from your right. Did you get the point?
Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile, to get the characters from the middle, use the mid function. So if you're going to extract numbers or letters or whatsoever, okay, you need to use the mid function or the middle function. Unlike left and right functions, mid function has 3 arguments. You need to answer 3 arguments in the mid function. Okay, the first argument is the cell where the value will be extracted, number 1. The second argument is the number where the function will start extracting from the left or from the right. Okay, the third argument is the number of characters to be extracted. Okay, just take a look at this one. For example, to get the middle 3 digits of your TIN or tax identification number, use the formula. Mid is equal to mid E2, that's the cell. 5, where the TIN number is, number 5 is the function that will start extracting from the 5th character. So we need to extract from the 5th character. Okay, from the left. And finally, 3 means it will extract 3 characters from the 5th character. Not sure what does it mean. Okay, take a look at this one. We started with mid function is equal to mid, meaning to say middle. Okay, E2 is where the content is actually located. 5th is we will start in the 5th, okay, from your left. 5th character from your left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will start here. Okay, 5th character. Again, mid is equal to mid. Okay, E2 is where the content is located. 5th is the character where we should actually start. So we count from your left going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will start at 2. 3 is the number of digits we actually we will actually extract. So 1, 2, 3. So the answer here is 219. Next is 316. Next is 451. Okay, did you get the point?
Yeah.
Did you get the point? Okay. Another text function is the concatenate. Okay, concatenate function which can combine values of several cells into one cell. Let me check on the slides. Okay. One cell, combine values of several cells into one cell. So there are a lot of values there, and all you have to do is to what? To put them in a single cell. Okay. In the formula below, the value of cell I2 and H2 are combined by concatenate function to form the full name, just like this one. Okay. We will actually combine the two names, the last name or the first name and the last name. The first name is located in I2 and the last name is actually located on H2. So what we are actually doing here is we use the concatenate function, concatenate, okay, I2 and H2. So it actually combined the names, okay, without space, of course, because we are using concatenate function. However, the result may need to be further modified into the space, or we need to include space between the first name and the last name. So how can we do this? Okay, to add space in the formula, okay, a space must inserted which must be enclosed in a quotation mark, and the result will be I2, okay, quotation mark, comma, quotation mark, space, quotation mark, comma, H2. So what will be the result? Quotation mark allows text or words or strings. Yeah, it looks like coordinates, correct. But the quotation mark will allow text or words or spacing or strings of characters to be used in the formula. We are now inserting what? A character in the formula. Okay? Just text functions, but other functions such as well. In the formula below, okay, the at company.com has been added in the formula to result in an email address, just like this one. Diba we extracted, okay, the name. Okay, we extracted the name, correct? Okay. Concatenate, okay, is equal to concatenate. I2, that's the first name. H2, that's the last name. And we inserted the text, okay? We inserted the text at company.com to result into an email. So we generated actually an email here because we inserted a text, okay? Let's continue with the F function by next meeting. Hopefully you learned something out of our discussion. By the way, Chair, how can we add the space between the names, okay? How can you add the space? Again, is equal to concatenate I2, the first name, and we need to put space here. So comma, again, the function of quotations. So quotation mark, okay, quotation mark, then space, quotation mark, comma, and H2. Then the result is, again, a name with a space and, again, the family name. So that's how we actually put a space on the name. Okay. Again, the quotation marks will give you or will actually insert. Okay. Yes, it looks like programming, correct. You are now generating programs out of it. All you have to do is to think about what can you do with these formulas. What can you do? What can you maximize with these formulas and create, okay? And create a project out of it using an Excel functions. Okay. It looks like a program, correct? Okay. Let's continue by next meeting, hopefully. And hopefully also, a lot of your classmates will join the online class. Without this online class, you cannot fully understand, you cannot actually absorb the contents of this. This is included in the module, but you need to do a hands-on, you need to do a further study of this, okay? Don't worry, this is recorded and I will upload this in our LMS in order for you to access. All right? I think that will for today, class. Do you have any questions so far? Questions so far? Okay. Hopefully by next meeting, just remind me. I will let you see some of my works before using Excel functions. That's all for today, class. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day, grade 7. Take care. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of the day.